Morning. About 3.5 minutes away. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, JCC community. If you saw my promo video earlier, you know that I'm going to start class in about 3 minutes, 10 o'clock. I've also asked that if you have any equipment, if you have something like a 10 pound, if you have a dumbbell, you can bring that. If you have something else, if you want to challenge me, you were in class with me on Thursday. My daughter challenged me to incorporate a hammer. This was the quickest one I came across, and I incorporated it into the workout. I'll be happy to incorporate anything. I want to play a game on the MacGyver of fitness, and I want you to challenge me to incorporate something you have at home as an element in our class today. So I'm going to take a look and see. Good morning, Jenny. I've also found in my little crawl space in my attic a can of paint. I'm guessing some of you might have something like that at home. If you have a can of paint at home, what you could do is grab that. If the wire is over time going to be challenging to hold on to, you can fix that pretty quickly. You can wrap a piece of cloth around it to cushion it a little bit, and now you've got your very own kettlebell, right? So you can do some kettlebell work, you can do some rows. So grab something, maybe, like I said, a can of paint, a gallon of water, a kitty litter container, something like that, or if you have equipment that works too. The J this week just completed going through their phase 1 reopening, which was just a few pieces of the facility with the fitness center at 25% capacity. If you didn't watch the Wake Up and Get Wealthy with Brett and Laval, I invite you to go find it on the Facebook page or on the JCC website, jccdallas.org /J-Connect. You can find all kinds of resources. A 5-pound watermelon. All right, I have a watermelon too. That makes me think we're gonna be like the Gallagher of fitness. I'll go get my watermelon. If you're not careful with that watermelon, you will be the MacGyver of fitness. See how I've already had one person challenge me to bring a piece of equipment? So we're going to use a watermelon possibly today. Somebody has to have a hammer at home, right? Maybe an old can of paint sitting around somewhere. Or even, you know, like old school, a dumbbell. Find a piece of equipment. Write me a comment, tell me what you've got. Jenny, you and I are going to be doing the watermelon. We're about 30 seconds away from starting. You should also have your water bottle. Take a little drink of that before we get started. So welcome everybody. Once again, my name is Barbara Eads, personal trainer at the JCC, Group Fitness Instructor at the JCC. I also teach at Move Studio, but the J is my primary home. Let's go ahead and just start with this big marching of your feet. I want you to drive your own bus today, so if we do some exercises that you get your heart rate up, and you need to take a little break, feel free, slow it down, catch up, but use that breath, please. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Make your steps a little bit bigger now. Give me 8 here. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Let's take those toes side to side. So side to side. Right away, I I'm gonna offer, I want you to pull your navel in. Watch how my feet are slightly turned out. That's okay. Let's warm up the spine, a little twist. The format of my class, I use a timer. We have 6 exercises in 1 set. We have about 4 sets. Let's go 4. Make this moves a little bigger now. Watch how I sweep the arm, using the momentum to pull back. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3. We're gonna settle the legs down now. Back to parallel, marching it out. I'm gonna bend my elbows like robot arms. Take the out, out, in, and in. Externally rotate, rotate, in. Now watch this, I'm gonna add. Open, open, up and over. Try it again, open, open, up and over. Keep going, open, up, externally rotate, up and over. Open, open. Switch arms, please. Switch lead arms. Open, open, up and over. Last 2 more. Up and over. Last one. Open, open, up and over. And take those feet a little bit wider. Your legs can turn out. We're gonna stay side to side lateral lunges. So right and left. And again, right and left. 2 more times, then we're gonna hold in each place. Last one. Go over to your right side and hold, please. Hold. Little pulses, little pulses, pulses. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Weights in this right heel. 3, 2, and come on back up over to your left side. Come down and hold. Little baby pulses. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Draw that navel in. 2 and 1. Bring it back up top. Let's start with let's finish our warm up with some squats here. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see how my hips move back. My chest moves forward a little bit. 4 more. I have my hands behind my back is one way to do these. You could place your hands behind your head. I'm adding an element of balance or upper back work. 2, and come down here, little half squat, hold, pulse the elbows back, 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 for 4, 3, 2, 1, release, inhale up, exhale, roll your shoulders out. We're getting ready to work through our first timed session, 45 seconds with 6 exercises. Here's where I'll ask you to pick up one of your pieces of equipment that you can hold in one hand. So whether that's a dumbbell, your hammer, your water bottle, something like that. We're gonna place it, drape it over your left shoulder. So I'm kind of holding it so it drapes over the shoulder. Elbow stays back. And I'm gonna step back into a lunge. We did this Thursday where we came all the way down and then we just came back up. But I'm gonna ask you to press whatever that is you're holding over your head as we go through this.
Starting session.
So my piece of equipment is in my left hand, dumbbell, hammer, whatever it is. This right leg is the working leg. Left leg steps back into a lunge. Knee drive if you can. Keep going. Now, if you can, all the way down to the floor and then drive it back up and press overhead. All the way, tap your knee to the floor, up overhead. I can progress this, can you? If you can, drive that knee up. Coming all the way down. If that's too much, modify your range of motion, okay? There's our first one. Transition over to your other side. This time your left leg is the working leg. Right leg is the one that steps back. Elbow, pull it back please, ready? Let's go. I'm going to show a modified range of motion on this. Modified is fine. If you can come all the way down, come all the way down. Press it over your head as you step up. What was the full progression here? Full progression was knee high and push over your head. You got this. You have 15-ish seconds to go. This is tapping the knee down on the floor. Really make sure that you get all the weight into that front leg as you come up. And it's awesome, I love it. Okay.
Rest.
Dumbbell down. Let's grab that watermelon, Jenny. Grab that watermelon. We're gonna do 2 squats and 2 lunges. So right here, squat, and then lunge. I'm gonna incorporate the watermelon as a movement base now. So 2 squats with a press, lunge, and lunge. Again, 2 squats, press overhead, 2 lunges. It doesn't matter to me which leg goes back first. Look, and I added that overhead press. On the lunges too, squat, squat, 2 lunges, 2 squats, last time, 2 lunges. All right, put that watermelon down. We're gonna step into sumo squats. Move over a little bit to the right side of your spot. We're gonna sumo squat out, push the knees out, come back over to your left. Sumo squat, 2 pulses out, out, over to the right. Hands behind your back, pulse, pulse, and back. Step wide, pulse, pulse, and up. And again, step wide, pulse, pulse. Keep going, team. Pulse, pulse, come on. Pulse and pulse. Step wide, sumos, pulse, knees out. Step wide, push those knees out, and up. Step wide, pulse, pulse, and up. I've got your heart rate to a nice aerobic level. So keep working here with me. We're gonna do the last 2.
Rest.
In a little isometric. Step your right foot in front. Your weight's in your right heel. Left leg is back in a lunge. And on the tippy toe, we're gonna step the left foot in and out. In, out, in, out. Watch how I'm using my core. Keep going, keep going. That front leg should be burning. Come on, this is the last one on this side in this set. Woo! Oh, is it burning, JT? Come on. Pull your belly tight. Watch me move my trunk. 3, 2. Woo. Oh, come on up.
Rest.
I'm not looking forward to the 45 seconds on the second side. We'll do it together. Left leg is loaded. Right leg is on the toe. Drive in and out. In 3, 2, 1. Control your hip. Control that left hip as you move the right foot in, out, in, out. Come on, guys. Stay loaded on this leg. Don't move this hip up and down. I know it's starting to burn. Do this. Don't death grip the floor with your toes. Come on. Get your weight back in that left foot. 13 seconds. This will get us through our first round. Three, 2, 1. Woo! Nice job. Get your water. I have 1 minute built in between for enough time for you to hydrate. We have a cardio set, 30 seconds. Each exercise, 6 exercises. We're gonna do a little boxing. All right, you got your drink of water? I want that left hip in front. Your arms are gonna be in front of your face, like you're guarding. You kind of spring your hips, right? You're not like cemented to the ground with your hips. We're gonna throw down, throw some punches. Just 2 jabs, 2 crosses. We'll do that jab, jab, cross, cross twice, then bob and weave, all right? Let's go. Jab, jab, cross, cross. Jab, jab, cross, cross. Pretty simple, right? Just 2 punches with each arm, then bob and weave. You got this, come on. Get that right leg in front. Same thing on this side. Just cardio, get it, keep your heart rate elevated. In through your nose. Ready? Jab, jab, cross, cross. Remember, you're quick on your feet. You're not glued to the floor. I know, starts to add up. Heart rate response is gonna happen whether you like it or not. March it out. Hips square towards the front. You're gonna cross, cross punch, bob and weave, bob and weave. Get ready. Cross right to the left, left to the right, bob and weave. Keep going. Watch how I pivot on my right foot, left foot, because I'm quick on my feet. I'm not glued to the floor. Three kicks on one side. So it'll be high, higher, highest. That may just be knee drives. If you need a modification, just knee drives. Ready? That's your knee drive, 3 of them. Or kick low, kick higher, kick highest. High, higher, boom, highest. Hit at the hip, hit at the chest, hit the face. Boom, boom. Before we do the other side, jumping jacks. I know your heart rate's up. Modified jacks look like this. Full jack, like this. I want you to think about your arms, your wings. When you're doing these jumping jacks, pull your elbows back like you're a beautiful bird and you gotta fly. Seconds. Whew. High, higher, highest. Kicks with the right leg. Build your left leg up. This is the last one before we move on. Back to our 45 seconds. You can just stay with knee drives for 30 or high, higher, boom, highest. Come on. High, higher, and highest. Come on, exhale as you drive. Notice how the knee comes up first. Woo. moving, but not too much that you couldn't do it, right? Grab a drink again. Keep moving. Back to legs. I'm gonna do a 30-second set with this. I know I said 45, but I have a really challenging one coming up. And doing it for 30 seconds is gonna be plenty. I'd like you to practice it with me first. Shift weight to your right leg. Step into a curtsy lunge. Come on back up. Curtsy lunge. And back up. Come on, go a little deeper. Back up. Can you tap that left knee to the ground and come back up? That's your modification for the one I'm about to show you. It's challenging. You curtsy lunge, hands down onto the floor. Take that right leg back, cross it over your left, and can you do one push-up? Move that right arm out of the way, step the right foot back, come back up. If that's too much for today, curtsy, knee tap, and back up. All right? You can do this. Come on, team. Whichever variation you're gonna do.
Start the session.
Curtsy, tap, and back up, or curtsy to plank. Push-ups optional if you can do it. It's a boot camp class, you can do it. Come on, curtsy to knee, or all the way down. One push-up, move the right hand out of the way, back up. Woo!
Rest.
Second side. We're gonna step that right leg back. Here's your modification. There's lots of work to be had there. So do that if you want. Ready? Let's go. Curtsy, plank, push up. Move that left arm out of the way for your left leg to come back in. Curtsy, down to your plank. Push up, step back in, and up. Come on, team. 10 seconds. Back up.
Rest.
Woo. That was tough. Back to curtsy lunges. 3 pulses and a knee drive. Step that left foot to the outside of the midline, outside of the right hip. We're gonna curtsy. 3, 2, 1, knee drive. First pulse. 3, 2, 1. Sweep your arms. Come on. Big twist at the top. Now, if that's too much, tap your left foot just next to the right. Three, two, one. Woo! Ready for your second side? Load that right hip, or that left hip. Right leg steps out. Toe tap. 3 pulses and a knee drive. Here we go. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Go again. Don't work on the foot that's moving. Keep your weight on the standing leg. 3, 2, 1. Knee drive. 3, 2, 1. Knee drive. You got this. Team, grab your piece of equipment, whether it's a dumbbell. I was challenged by a member to use a watermelon. So I'm gonna come into that sumo squat position. Into your sumo squat position, legs turned out. We're gonna squat, curl, press. You can do this with a dumbbell. If your can of paint is tightly sealed, you could put it on its side and do it that way as well.
Start the session.
Ready? You gotta do this one carefully or begin. You risk becoming the Gallagher of fitness instead of the MacGyver of fitness. Wide knees. Okay. We're going to try to draw a halo around the head. Lead with your elbows, okay? Left elbow comes to the right, up and over your head. And in a squat position. Anybody else doing this with a watermelon? Only works with seedless watermelons. Doesn't work with seeded. 10 seconds. Are you leading with the elbows? Nice job. Come on down to the floor, please. We'll do shoulders as our first exercise. We're going to stay with the 30-second format. I think it's working really well today. I want you to interlock your fingers together. Come down to your forearms. I'm on my knees. I'm going to turn the toes under, lift my hips up and back. Now, because this exercise is about shoulder flexibility and shoulder strength, I want you to keep your knees bent. If your hamstrings are tight and you're trying to keep your legs straight, you won't get the range of motion in your shoulders. Everything's connected. So just trust me. Keep the knees bent, please. Bend them a lot. The exercise itself is either with the hold or from here, you touch your nose to your thumbs. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Interlock those fingers. Elbows are shoulder width apart. They're going to want to come out wide. Knees up and bent. Let's go. Chin to the thumbs and push back. Shoulder work. Come on, team. Pull those abs in tight. Also, as you're doing this, use your abdominals and your shoulders, trying to bring them as far behind your elbows as you can. Right? Looks like this, but you're in a prone position. Nice. All right. Hands and feet. Hands and feet, soft knees. I'm going to crawl to you, and then I'm going to crawl back. Ready? In 5 seconds. Crawl forward about 3 to 4 steps, and crawl back. 1, 2, 3. Here's where if your dogs are on the floor, they're trying to get underneath you. Maybe it's a kid on the floor, kitten on the floor. I don't know what it is. Getting in the way of your workout. So you got to push past it. Back on your squat, please. This time with the arms, we're going to stack them. In yoga, we call it fire logs. Elbow to wrist, wrist to elbow. Then your forearms go on the mat. Your feet are mat width apart. You'll come all the way onto your right side in a side plank, turning onto the sides of your feet. This arm reaches up. Then you bring it up and over, and you switch sides. We ready? In 7 seconds. Remember, feet are wide. Otherwise, the feet get into each other's way. All the way onto the sides of the feet. Up and over. Your modification is to let one knee come down to the floor each time, or to do this with one knee on the floor. Hips up and over. Lead with your hips. The feet and the legs will follow. Nice job. Down onto your back. Down onto your back. Knees go wide. Bottoms of the feet are together. Arms reach overhead. And we're going to exhale, crunch up, try to reach to your heels. Inhale, exhale. out. Moving your feet a little bit farther away may make it feel like you're getting a little more range of motion. You could also keep your hands behind your head. This is just the first set on our back. Keep your left hand behind your head. Reach your right arm over your head. Bend your left knee. You're going to crunch up. Take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. In 3, 2, and 1. Let that left elbow touch the floor because it's a twist. My right knee's down on the floor. Left knee's up. Come on, focus on keeping that right knee down and that right hip down as well. And switch. Left knee out to the side. Right knee up. Right hand behind the head. Lots of little switches, basically just the other side. Ready? Exhale. Inhale. How far can you reach? Try not to let the right hip or the left hip move. Try not to let either hip move. We're almost done, team. See on my left, my right shoulder, my right elbow comes down to the floor. Nice job. Turn over onto one side. Bring yourself into a seated position. I'd like you to take that right foot, place it at your inner thigh. We're going to stretch it out. You worked really hard for me today. Great job. So right now I have my left leg straight out, not out here from the hip, but straight out in front of the hip. I'm going to start with my fingers behind me and inhale to create length in the spine. Exhale, push the torso forward. Now you can take that right hand, sweep it around. Maybe you can reach your knee, your ankle. Maybe you can reach your foot. And breathe. So I've laid down a challenge for you to challenge me. What if you don't have equipment at home and you want to know what you can bring that you can get a good workout with? Send me a message and I'll try to incorporate something. Let's bring that right knee up and with your left arm, wrap your elbow around the knee and give me a little twist to the right. Let's release that back to center. Right leg straight out. Left foot at the inner thigh. Hands behind you because that lets you create the length in your spine. Push yourself forward to stretch. And you might say, I feel this in my calf more than my hamstring. That's okay. Try to keep a little bend. If you feel it at the back of your knee, bend your knee a little bit. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. You're still a good person if you bend your knee. Inhale. As you exhale, release that. Bring the left knee up. Right elbow wraps around the knee as you twist to your left. Inhale again. On the exhale, release it. I have one more stretch that I'd like us to do on both sides. We'll start on our knees. And I want you to step your left foot forward. Press the hips back. Tuck your tailbone, or press the knee back, pardon me. Bring the hips forward. Torso's even with the thigh. Tuck your tailbone on this right side. Keeping the tailbone tucked, reach your right arm up. Big stretch here. Now reach across the midline and hold. Release that back to center. We'll do the same thing. Step that right foot forward. Bring your torso low as you bring your hips forward. Tuck your tailbone and hold that as you reach the left arm up. And maybe across the midline for a little more oomph. Guys, you've done a great job today. I miss all of you. go ahead and invite your friends to join our classes. If you have any other members of the JA that aren't taking classes with us, I want you to bring them to class with you virtually, all right? Thanks so much for your time today. As we come up, roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down. And who else on here? So, Jenny, did you do the watermelon with me? Hi, Mishy. Hi, Judy, Betty. I'm gonna go now. Bye, everybody.